snacks. What it do, snackers and snackettes? It's your boy Gage. That's Jokes.
Yo.
That's Sin.
Yes, sir.
This is Loading Snacks Weekly. And we get together once a week on this very show.
Yep.
Discuss things going on in pop culture.
Absolutely.
We're going to do that today.
Okay.
I have some questions.
Ooh,
You have questions. Hopefully we have answers for you, sir.
Questions.
Hopefully we got answers.
You do. You don't have a choice.
Facts.
Yeah,
Yeah, kind of.
So here it is. And this is kind of an overarching, wide-ranging question. But my question is pop culture oversaturated?
Ooh. Explain.
Well, I had a feeling you were going to say that. I mean, you were going to say that. Is there too much of it? Like, pop culture, you know, it just crosses so many lines now. And the level of popularity of pop culture, right? Anime, just based and regular animated stuff, like just anime, animation, TV shows, whether it's the Arrowverse, Game of Thrones, right? All of what's on Netflix, all of what's on Hulu, all of what's on Amazon Prime, Disney coming out with their own streaming service, right? Movies, video games, comic books, novels, like, are we beyond a point? Like, in other words, is it even possible to keep up? Can you be a fan of all of it?
I don't think you can be a fan of all of it. I think the reason why I might feel oversaturated is the fact that now we're in a place, like we mentioned like last week, that now people like us are now in the place to be these creators and writers and all that kind of stuff, that now it's comfortable for a lot of people to put their fandom out in front and enjoy it and love it. And like I said, everybody's not a Game of Thrones fan, but I am. You know what I mean? So I can celebrate that with my online, on Facebook, on Instagram with my Game of Thrones people and be cool. Yeah, other people who are Star Trek fans, new Picard show come out, they can do that too. I think that it's just pop culture has so, like, nobody's a fan of everything in pop culture. There's just, it's now more acceptable to put it out there in front of everybody.
But having said that, because I do agree, nobody likes everything. But oversaturated for me, there is so much stuff that I do like that it's almost impossible to keep up with it all. Like, one of the things we talked about last week, right? We talked about none of us possibly watch all of the shows that are comic book shows. And you were like, I'm pretty sure I do. Right? But you're like going back and binge watching
previous season and things.
You know, like, you're having to, you're not doing it while it's happening.
Right.
You're not doing it in the moment.
I know. I'm different. Yeah.
Right. But even still, how could you? Right? Like, I want to level up Division 2, get Ray ready, do the raid. The raid's old. You know what I mean? Right? Still trying to play Mortal Kombat, get things going there. In my head, trying to prep for Borderlands 3, trying to play Rage 2. And it just keeps coming, right? I'm still playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You know what I mean? Like, we live in a time where, like, many games come out and they don't just, like, it's not put 40 hours in and the game's over. Put 12 hours in and the game's over. It just, they add more content and add more content and add more content. You keep going, and when you consume, not even just for something like this that we do, right? When we feel like there's a need for us to at least try to be in the know about the majority of things so that we can discuss them, talk about them, and just kind of be hip to them or whatever. Like, I feel like most people like us even have their ear on the pulse of a lot of it, even if they don't specifically. Like, again, not a Game of Thrones guy, but people are like, you gotta watch it. It's so important. You have to do it. You know what I'm... Cool. I'll get to it.
But it's not.
But I don't know. Like, I'm saying I'll get to it, and right now, like, the plan is like, December. But like really thinking about it, I'm like, gonna be a lot of games coming out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it's like
true.
when you're trying to do video games and comic books and TV shows and movie going, and you have stuff that's on, like, people are, I don't have HBO, but I subscribe to HBO Now so I can watch Game of Thrones. Or I get HBO just during Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is off, I'm good. Like, I'm not, you know, whatever. But then Showtime has a thing, and
Right.
it is this ongoing, ever-evolving door, revolving door, right, of popular content that is so popular amongst so many people that if you wanted to keep up, you can't.
It's just damn near impossible to do so.
Right? Like, I don't really care about Pokemon. I respect it. It's not my thing, right? But you Pokemon went. Like, you ain't just Pokemon. You Pokemon went. I don't know that you're still doing Pokemon Go at all.
Much, yeah.
But I know that when
it dropped.
Well, but like, even at the press conference, they were like, "There's a sleeping Snorlax. You better hurry up.
That was right.
If you don't get him now, once he wakes up, you can't get him." And I know people was like,
Right.
I gotta get him."
Right.
How? What are you gonna do?
Catch me a sleeping Snorlax.
Right? Like, you watched Arrowverse,
Of course.
but you play catch up, right? Or you watch it as
I
it's on
watch
TV.
it as it happens on TV.
Right.
I'm the type of person. I know he doesn't like the cliffhangers and certain things.
That's why I binge, right?
That's why I like watching those
Me too.
things.
I feel that. Yeah.
And so I hate when we have to wait a season, but I like that feeling.
Yeah. That's a thing for me. That's one of the reasons why I'm asking. It's like, I don't have FOMO. You know what FOMO is?
No, I don't know what FOMO is.
You familiar with FOMO?
It's on my tongue, but I can't think right now.
Fear of missing out.
That's what
Okay, cool.
I don't have fear of missing out, but I enjoy being a part of the conversation as it's happening.
As it's happening.
You know what? I will say that after watching binging it, but watching the finale, like, for that, I did have fun. In fact, going online and
Going back and forth.
putting my two
Going
cents
back
with
and
people and stuff like that, I will say I did have fun doing that. Because that's something I usually do because I do binge watch everything.
Right, you don't get to do that.
Right.
Right, you're in a position like, we go to cons and stuff like that. People will bring up stuff that's over already, and
Right.
this was my favorite thing. What was your favorite part of the joint or whatever? But like, there is something about being a member of that conversation as the conversation is happening for the first time, figuring it out, you know, whatever. Like, Destiny drops a new raid. Going into the raid blind and working with a team to try to figure it out, being a part of that conversation or whatever, like, that's a thing, right? And that's one of the things that makes these shows and things so popular is when an episode goes off, when it's over, people the next day
Start
at work,
having a
When the
conversation.
online,
memes
and
start hitting
listen,
and all that stuff, yeah.
that night, during the show, live tweeting it, talking about it, opinions about it, you know, I feel this way, you feel that way, having a conversation about those things, something that we've known forever as people who enjoy pop culture the way that we do, that maybe only people who like love sports, right? When they will go to a sports bar, and even though somebody else is a fan of a different team, you can talk about your love of the sport and what happened in such and such game, and is so and so going to get traded and blah blah blah, right? You're in it for the drama. You can say you're in it for the sport, whatever. You're in it for the drama. That's what it is. Comic book drops. You read it, beginning to end. Oh man!
You hit that
You see
moment.
what happened? Like, one of the things that is, can I just say, one of the things that is so brilliant about the way comic books have been written, like, one of the things that got me when I first started reading comic books as a child, was how, like, when I started reading X-Men, right? Obviously, X-Men had been around for years, right?
Right.
Decades. And you're reading, and there'll be like a little note in the upper left corner where it starts. It's like, in issue
number,
this,
whatever it is.
this, and this one.
And you look at the number that you're on, like,
I gotta go. Wait a minute. You know what I mean?
I gotta go back to see what they're talking
like
about.
a character refers to something that happened way back in an old issue, and you're like, and I gotta.
all right, go
Yeah,
find
like,
this issue.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a thing, but the brilliance of it is that kind of thing even if you can't go back and find it, even if you're not going to go back and find it, it speaks to the continuity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? This is a continuous thing that has been going on. I'm late. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm late. So, at this point, is it oversaturated?
I still don't think so, because I think having so much is an amazing thing. One, kind of is what we're saying. There's something for everybody, and that way you have more of a variety of choice. Maybe let's take anime for instance. Maybe we only had the option of shonen anime. Say if that was it.
There's enough.
Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of it. But just saying, narrowing it down to like that one vision. If you're someone that doesn't like necessarily what that has to offer, then you're kind of alienated. So you know what? I don't like that.
Right. I don't like anime.
So it's
what
like
you might say. Sure.
Exactly. And then just having so much, and just like you said, we may dip our hands in something. Hey, you may see something like Game of Thrones. I'm nowhere caught up on Game of Thrones, but for the most part, I know what's didn't happen. Right. But it's still being in the know about it. It's like some people will wait until down the road to go ahead and try to watch it. Like I know you probably gonna hate this, but I'm gonna do a comparison. The ending of Game of Thrones to what everyone says, this is, whether it was amazing or whether it was horrible. I'm telling you now, compare that to from my time and watching the 5 episodes of Power Rangers with the Green Ranger was throwing them hands and the Rangers were taking L's in every single episode. That was a problem.
Nah, you talking about Tommy. Punishing. Bro, that's my time, sir.
That's what we still watch.
That's when Power Rangers was dope.
He went from green to the White Ranger, and all that stuff. Yeah,
ain't been
that's
dope
what we watching.
Ain't been dope since then. All that turbo in space and whatever you talking about.
Fire and rescue and all that.
Nah, that's fake. No. That's the Paw Patrol of Power Rangers, dog. You lying. That's Kitty Rangers, dog. My joints was the real Rangers.
Real Rangers?
When Kimberly was gone, no good no more.
That was the drop. Nope.
I mean,
but it's just
even racist dancing Zach.
That's my man. Though. Represent, son. Represent. Don't do their moves wrong, bro.
If you gonna do it,
hey, look,
do it right.
Bust a move, punch a putty, get it cracking. Don't play no games. You understand me?
But it's just, I feel like having so much is just an awesome thing. Because if we only had a few things, some people may not even be involved in.
Look, I'm not necessarily even saying that oversaturation is bad. I'm just asking if it is.
If it is.
I feel like I think it feels that way just because now we're having our time. But our stuff is having its time in the limelight. So, and there's a lot in pop culture. Like you said, it crosses a lot of different things. Gaming, anime, TV, cartoons. It crosses a lot of different stuff. So now everybody's been Steven Universe. Everybody has a chance to put their fandom out there and love it.
Bruh.
You know what I mean?
Have you watched Steven Universe yet?
No, I'm not watching Steven Universe.
Bruh, let me get your life good. Anyway.
I know you've been telling me to get on it. I know.
I've been trying.
It's on my list, slowly but surely. Down on the list. It's down on this, but it's on the list of things. Bump it up a little bit. There's something to it because when you go to these cons and you see what people are dressing up as, you know it's a thing. Like, okay, apparently at some point I need to watch Steven Universe.
That joint's
You're
crack.
right.
It's crack.
Cosplay will tell you that.
It's crack. You know what? Here's the thing. Maybe oversaturated is the wrong word. Overwhelming? Like I think
it can be overwhelming depending on how many fandoms you're a part of. It can be overwhelming.
Yep,
I'll
agree with that.
I think that's what it is. Depending on how many you're a part of.
How many fandoms would you say?
Oh God.
You scared of that question?
If it's a question, I think he's about to ask. He's throwing over here.
Just how many fandoms would you say you're a part of? Like
probably a lot, honestly.
Probably a lot.
Most likely
not a number.
There's no number I can say that's gonna say.
So a lot. Let's
try
to count the probably a lot. Let's try.
How about this? Let's be safe. Go with a lot. Let's just go with a lot.
All right. Cool.
Do you feel overwhelmed?
No.
You don't.
No.
You don't feel like it's too much or it's whatever. And maybe that's because of the way you choose
manage and watch
to consume it, right?
You're absolutely right. Yeah. So.
Because I'm gonna tell you this, I've told this story before. We know that I like my anime different than the way you like your anime. Like I don't generally get into series.
Right.
I like movies or OVA, whatever. Let me get in. Give me what I need. Let me get out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Don't cliffhang me. Don't, you know what I mean? And I don't mind a good cliff. I have a lot of respect for a good cliffhanger. I do. all cliffhangers not good, and anime has terrible cliffhangers. Like Dragon Ball.
You mean terrible good or like?
No.
I'll sit down. Anime has good joints.
Nah, because here's the thing. I mean, it's not. I'm not saying that all of them are bad, but what I'm saying is that like an episode of Dragon Ball.
Oh, that's different from back then.
Hold on. I'm just saying.
Let him roll with it. Let him roll with it. Listen.
An episode of Dragon Ball will leave you on a cliffhanger, right? And the next episode, the entire episode is a cliffhanger. The whole episode is a cliffhanger that leaves you on a cliffhanger to the following episode.
That's some good old Z days.
We talking about
unless they spoil it with the name of the episode.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You have 5 episodes.
At the end of this
Bama's
episode,
facing off for 3 minutes. Like the planet's gonna blow up in 3 minutes. They've been facing off for 5 episodes.
Nah, you lie.
5 22-minute episodes,
exactly.
Bruh.
And at the end of it, it's 2 minutes left.
Hey, look. Hey, look.
No.
Hold tight. I need to charge this move.
You sit here.
And then literally, at the end of the joint,
will Piccolo be able to charge his move up? Will he be able to say?
And started charging the joint.
Only because you did out. Shout out to my man who passed away, the narrator.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
true. So anyway, I dig anime. It's just certain ones,
right,
and when somebody comes to you and is like, "Yo, I got this dope anime. I'm telling you, you gonna love it. It has all the stuff you like in it. You need to watch it." How many episodes?
Hey, he's quoting me right now.
This sounds like this is One Piece. One Piece?
It's one of two joints. It's One Piece and it's Hajime no Ippo that I've been wanting him to watch for years.
Hey, listen.
If it's One Piece, how many episodes? 600.
It's a lot.
Hey, look,
it's a lot.
On the real, like the way for somebody to go like this. A Dragon Ball tight. Watch these VHSs. Watch all these VHSs and just drop them off. I'm not watching that. Not doing it. Right? Oh, you need to watch One Piece. Listen, dog. How many episodes? Like 600. Huh?
No.
Hold on.
It's in the 8s now.
All right, how about this? I'm past this. Let's start with the joints that start in HD. All right, episode 483. 400? Stop playing with me. I'm not doing it. And I watched the first joint. Like the first joint he gave me. And they was on like a soccer field playing soccer. And it was like
the Fox Pirates.
And I was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
Foxy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just there's so much content to consume, even if you're trying to catch up. Like you see something that's cool, you see something you like, or you see a lot of people on it. Like right now, Steven Universe is so many seasons in.
Right.
You got a lot of catching up to do. And so that's one of the things that I also feel like can be overwhelming, because there's so much out there now that like there's stuff that's good that has rabid fandoms you've never heard of.
No, you are 100% right about that.
Then you go somewhere, you're like, what is all of this? And you're like, this must be something new. You stop somebody, hey, what is this?
You're absolutely right.
You ask them and they're like, you never heard of? Nah, what is it?
No, you're
oh
right.
Man, they in season 8. Shut up.
That's why I tell people about One Piece. Like, ask me like favorite show. I'm like, One Piece. What is it? Like, it's the best show you've never heard of. Like straight up, like, because I know how it is here. Yeah, here. Like overseas, it's the biggest thing in the world. Like, I get it. You haven't heard of it. Like, they're on 900 episodes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what it is. Like, and I'm talking like every week, like no breaks. Like, just, it is what it is.
I mean, like, not even trying to be funny. What games are you playing right now?
Division, Destiny. I've actually fallen off a little bit from.
But still.
That's on Destiny. Those are pretty much my.
You playing Mortal Kombat?
I haven't picked up Mortal Kombat in a while, man.
But you have it.
I have it.
So you're behind. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just there's so much. There's so much, and I just.
It's like I put the focus on which one or what I'm trying to get to, and
there are times when I have to make a decision like this joint's gonna have to get backburner. You know what I mean? And I'll decide like, you know what, I'll come back to it later. But honestly, I don't know if I'm ever actually gonna get back to it. Right? I just don't know if it's gonna happen. And
and that reason exactly why I started doing spring cleaning, just because of stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is cool for games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shows, but there's always something to catch up on. There's always something for everything that already exists. There's something else that gets announced.
Absolutely.
Right?
True.
there's this new 6-part whatever. You're like, it's only 6 episodes. I'll binge that joint in a night. But then something else comes out and you doing it, you know what I mean, or whatever. It's just like it's really difficult to keep track of everything. So, I mean, I feel like it could be overwhelming. For some people, it's like there's this one show I really like and I watch it. You know what I mean?
I think the overwhelmingness depends on how many fandoms you're a part of.
Sure.
I mean,
sure, but I mean, I think if there's something that you think you might be interested in, right? But it's
okay to test something.
I don't know,
it,
right? But I don't know if I'm
saying?
gonna have time. Like, think about it. If you're a fan of the Arrow show, you're probably a fan of the Arrow verse.
Right.
But how many shows does that mean you need to keep up with technically?
Right.
At least 4, right?
At least.
Going on 5, yeah.
At least 4.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking shows
if
to
you want
watch.
to keep up with the Arrowverse, yes.
You know what I mean? Like, because
and I know people that do both.
Because
like I only watch Arrow or I watch them all. Like,
right. But like, if you only watch Arrow,
you're still missing out on something.
You're missing, and you know you're missing something. Because when they do the crossovers,
there's no way that you can only watch.
And truthfully, not only just the crossovers, you know, like there's times when like Cisco would just show up an episode of Arrow,
right?
Something like that, and then when you go back to that show, be like, hold up, how does she get this joint on her neck to do that? Like, oh, that was in an Arrow episode where she wouldn't got that piece of tech that lets her do that now, you know, and stuff like that.
And that's classic comic book stuff, right? Something that happens, and you know, it's a crossover event.
Episode 12 of season 3 of The Flash.
Right.
So put the panels up in the corner.
Which is what they need to do, right? It's just
it will be helpful.
Because so many properties want to have a universe,
right?
I think is the Arrowverse the second best to do it since MCU started.
I would say yes.
I would say that's definitely.
I would say yes.
Yeah.
I would say yes. Who else?
No one else. People have been talking about pulling off and trying to pull it off, but no, Arrowverse has, I think, been the best.
The next best crossover event to ever happen is Smash Brothers.
But that's so true.
It's MCU and Smash Brothers, and Smash Brothers technically did it first, bro. Like,
hold up, Smash Brothers, MCU, and Arrowverse.
Yeah, I mean,
the top crossover joints.
Comic books have been crossing for a long time, but I'm just saying, like, that's it. I don't know, man. Like, I just thought I'd throw it out there, see how you feel about it. You know, get some of your opinions, where you are on it. You know, you guys out there, you do the same. Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's overwhelming? Is it oversaturated? Are there too many? How are you keeping up? What are you doing?
And what fandoms are you a part of?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. We appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. With that, we're out. Toodles and loos.
What's going on, everybody? Did you like what you saw here just now on Loading Snacks? If you did, do us a favor. Hit the ding-a-ling bell first and foremost. Like, share, and subscribe. Then head over to patreon.com/Loading Snacks, where you can get all the exclusive Loading Snacks content you want, and you can help us cultivate what it is that we do here on our channel.